Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Nimithrander, and we are continuing the Whirling Waltz. Only got 6 days left, and we haven't actually started in on any of the, Primo Gem rewards. We're just doing the actual story quest at the present. Though, frankly, I am enjoying the story content all the same. Now, we have to go and check in at the Palais Mermonia. I am curious who this individual capable of getting artifacts all the way from Natland to Fontaine could be. I wonder if it's someone we know.
Hey everyone! We're not late, are we?
No, you're just in time. Well rested, I trust?
Staying busy keeps you sharp.
A great way to stay energetic, certainly.
Have you all started preparing?
We received word from Mr. Argenteau yesterday, confirming the time and location of the transaction. It'll take place this afternoon, and it turns out it'll be somewhere we all know pretty well, too. The Film Fantasyland restaurant.
Oh, really? Huh. He sure does like that place.
Is that going to be safe for the venue?
Seems like you share our concerns, Traveler.
Indeed. Capturing someone in a crowded event venue will be much more challenging than in an open area.
I'm also concerned about how Lepine Pauline is going to react when she finds out this is happening in the middle of her establishment. I doubt Escoffier or Navia are going to be overly pleased either. And then, of course, what if Farina is present? I would not put her in any danger if I could help it. She's suffered more than enough already. So yes, I am very concerned about where this is going to be happening. Although, I suppose we do have one advantage. If Farina is present, well then, Neuvillette, visiting the venue to keep an eye on her, or make a social call with her at any rate, would at least be a explicable excuse. Some cover for our movements, I suppose.
The criminal might try to blend in with the crowd, or even escape by taking hostages. In light of this, we've had to make additional preparations. As soon as we received the news yesterday, we began coordinating with the Marechaussee Phantom and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
We'll be deploying lots of undercover agents on site. If things go south, the safety of the civilians will be our top priority. Of course, fingers crossed, everything will go without a hitch.
I noticed a bunch of familiar faces from the previous case, like Captain Chevres of the Special Patrol, so I'm feeling optimistic.
We'll trust your instincts, then. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we've also been in communication with Miss Lepine Pauline and Miss Navia.
The Spina di Rosula will provide support within a controlled scope, so there's no need to worry.
The only potential issue is with Miss Escoffier.
She doesn't want to serve criminals. Or does she want to introduce them to her chopping board more aptly?
You know what, that might not be such a bad idea. All right, no more jokes. Miss Escoffier has made it clear that she doesn't want her restaurant to suffer any losses as a result of this operation. But, well, I have a feeling things might not go quite as smoothly as she hopes.
Is there anything I might do to smooth things over?
To be honest, we shouldn't have dragged you into this in the first place, and it's caused you quite enough trouble already. The Fontainian authorities should be able to handle the rest from here.
Well, to be fair, this is an international incident. And as the Traveler is a hero of both Natlan and Fontaine, and the honorary knight of Mondstadt and all manner of other titles he's garnered over these years, he could be said to be something of an ambassador between all of the nations he's been to, which at the moment excludes only Snezhnaya. So, international business is almost certainly his purview. So, I wouldn't be too fussed about it, Risley.
But still, I'm guessing you'd like to see how it all turns out.
Oh, most certainly. I am far too invested by now simply to drop it and come back later.
Well then, feel free to head down to the scene, but just stay alert and play it by ear. You won't necessarily have to do anything. Unless things go pear-shaped, of course.
I'll do my best to ensure that things don't escalate to that point.
You're getting involved too, Kenichi.
Of course. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but our intel so far indicates that the culprit's from Natlan. Plus, I'm already a witness in this case. Might as well see this thing through to the end.
That's the Kenichi we know and love!
The group go on to discuss the specifics of the operation and things to watch out for. For once, the conversation goes surprisingly smoothly, perhaps because Ahau and Kakuku aren't present. Now that you mention it, yeah. I was going to comment that there was no sign of Ahau anywhere. As for Kakuku, I wasn't expecting him to be here for the simple reason that Aoife is not present. Although that hasn't stopped them before, now has it? It's just as well, really. Things could have gotten awkward if Ahau showed up and started cursing out Neuvillette. Oh my, as I said, I'm actually hoping that Ahau and Neuvillette meet. And I would love it if Ahau started spouting off about the Supreme Dragon Lord in the presence of the Hydro Dragon Sovereign. Oh, I dearly hope that we see that before this is over.
Well, that's enough of the small talk. The operation's scheduled for the afternoon. If we're quick enough, we'll even have time for a few cups of tea before we leave.
Oh, and let's grab something to eat too! Can't work on an empty stomach, you know.
But won't you just be watching, as usual, Paimon?
And rooting for you! It's a very important job.
I see.
All right, I'll head over to the venue now. Ahau's been harping on for days now about this event-exclusive meal he wants to try. Guess I might as well shut him up sooner rather than later.
Indeed.
See you in a bit.
I look forward to hearing how it all goes.
Ah, so you're not accompanying us. Well, I suppose that's to be expected. The Udex would draw far too much attention. Like I said, though, if Farina was present, that would make a good smokescreen to justify Neuvillette's arrival. But I suppose it is better to play it safe, isn't it? Disappointing though it shall be. Alright. Now, back to the venue. Oh, we should be able to teleport straight to it, I believe. Again, I want to see Ahau and Neuvillette meet, so hoping they don't...
This beach seems to be getting livelier by the day.
Well, it is literally the site of a festival. Ah, and I've spotted a Scuffier and Farina. Let's see, who else? I think I see Aoife, Oran, and Kenichi over on the far right-hand side, but... I think I see Paimon and the Traveler. Alright, I don't really see anybody else, so let's get a closer look, shall we? Yes, swelling the attendance.
Traveler,
What is it?
Paimon's getting kinda hungry. Let's go check out the restaurant menu, shall we?
Cup of tea. Oh. We've entered a comic book. Oh, hold on. Is this the trailer? Yep, looks to be.
Your friend thought you might be thirsty. Won't you stay and drink it?
I tend to steer clear of drinks left out in the open.
You're surrounded. Give up and come with.
You lousy swine!
Stop right there!
Oh, look! A surprise performance! Wow! How lucky we are!
After him!
And Charlotte snapping away in the background.
Sorry, my guy. Unlicensed and illegally docked. This boat's not going anywhere. Quick! Don't let him get away! Be careful! Lowly worm! No one flies higher than the almighty Dragon Lord! Who's stealing my fun? You again! You're driving me crazy! Oh, wow,
Nifty gadget you've got there, Kanish.
All right, that's a wrap.
I see.
Unbelievable! You can't just drag someone around like that! Such blatant disregard for human life! I'm gonna sue the living daylights out of you!
Good luck with that.
Will you now? I think I did you a favor by pulling you away from your audience. Saved you some face at the very least. As for whether you were facing up or down along the way, well, that was your decision, wasn't it?
Why, you... All right, I admit it. I was in the wrong. Oh, of course I know the difference between right and wrong, but I had no choice. I desperately needed the money. I was an expert on ancient relics. Not only did I have a successful career, but a happy family too. But my son, I never imagined he'd turn out this way. Fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up shoulder deep in gambling. We had some savings, but he drained them away like a waterfall. Once he fell into debt, he had creditors regularly coming over to threaten and intimidate him. I'm his father. How could I just stand by and watch him suffer like that? Oh, my son is about the same age as you are. If only he could have turned out more like you. That's the only reason I needed the money. Please, believe me. You... Please, kid, I'm begging you. Help me. I see you're from Natland too. That makes us brothers. Please, have mercy. I still have a chance to help my son straighten himself out. But only if I get back. If I go to prison now, he'll be doomed, I tell you, doomed! And isn't standing together and fighting for a better future what families do? Our fate is in your hands, young man. Please, have a heart.
Something wrong, Kanich? Gone soft, have we?
I don't believe a word you say. Wriothesley had you just about figured out. You're a gambler. Pure and simple.
A gambler? Me? Nonsense! I told you, it's my son!
First of all, are you really from Natlan? You've been keeping tabs on the gun's whereabouts this whole time. You should have recognized at least one familiar face by now. On top of that, the way you threatened to sue me? Spoken like a true Fontanian, if you ask me.
Huh? What kind of logic is that? I can explain. I actually grew up in...
You were a Natlanese who grew up in Fontaine. Is that what you're about to say? Then you know nothing about Natlan or its ley lines, and how that would be literally impossible. Or are you going to say instead that you were from Fontaine and traveled to Natlan and lived there and started a family there? Frankly, I imagine that would also be a highly unusual circumstance. So good luck explaining that away either.
I don't want to hear another word. Ahau, here's your chance. Shut someone else up for once.
The moment I've been waiting for. Eat this, scumbag!
Being a compulsive liar is one of the hallmarks of a die-hard gambler. I bet you're just a Fontanian pretending to be from Natlan. Even if you have any friends or family to speak of, I'm guessing they've long since cut all ties with you. And you have your depraved ways to thank for that. Of course, I might be wrong.
Well, I dare...
Does that matter?
I dare say he earned a beating for all the trouble he's put us through regardless. It will only change what comes after this, I suppose.
I'm just here to arrest you. If you're looking for an advocate or a shoulder to cry on, you're out of luck. Besides, prying the truth out of you is exactly what your beloved courts are for. Isn't that right?
Oh. Missing Chevreuse.
Many thanks.
This one stings. I was looking forward to hearing Futaba Sakura again. Oh well.
And me? What about me? So rude. You should be bowing down in gratitude to the almighty Dragon Lord. Hey, what do you mean? Hold it right there!
Are you okay, Ganesh? You seem a bit out of sorts.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I wasn't the one who just got dragged all the way here.
Not what I meant. You seemed a little upset just now.
Little Kanich, thinking back to when you were just an itty-bitty boy, Kanich, aren't ya? Aw, don't start crying like a little baby. I am the almighty Dragon Lord! No servant of mine will be seen acting so weak and pathetic in public!
What are you on about?
Bad how? Bad.
Still, I suppose there's no point hiding it from you. To put it plainly, I can't stand gamblers. They're the most irresponsible people in the entire world. No respect for the principle that you have to give in order to get. They'll tell 1,000 lies for a single coin, deluding themselves into thinking they can use it to gamble their way to a vast fortune. But we all know that even when it looks like you're getting something for free, there's always an unseen cost. In the past, I also ended up paying a price for my father's gambling losses. I don't want anyone else to end up in a similar situation if I can help it.
Forgive me for prying, Ganesh.
Don't feel sorry for me. I certainly don't feel sorry for myself. They say that people are shaped by their past. And since I've made it this far, I must have done a lot of things right. We should never punish ourselves for the mistakes of others. Instead, I choose to remember the moments that helped me grow. Like when I first learned to use a grappling hook. Or the very first time I yearned for knowledge.
I understand.
Yeah, I believe you. Let's get going. If we don't head back soon, we'll cause more unnecessary worry.
And we're going to have to apologize to Escoffier for wrecking the place, even if unintentionally. In fact, I'm expecting to get an earful from her. And we have yet to hear from Farina either. Hello, Charlotte. I know you don't have a voice, unfortunately.
Hey, Traveler, Kanich, you're back! We just saw Chevro's taking the criminal away! She looked pretty pleased with herself.
Well, it did go smoother than expected.
So after so much running in circles, turns out he had no fight in him, huh? Guess running away was the only trick up his sleeve.
To be fair to him, managing to smuggle tech out of Natlan and into Fontaine is no mean feat.
Oh, also, Risley said to let you know that he's already left. He went to report back to the Palais Mermonia.
I was hoping to have words with the good Duke, but we can meet again at the palace just fine.
Apparently the Marisho say Phantom's preparing to carry out an in-depth investigation into illegal gambling activities. Sounds like they'll have their hands full. Anyway, that's for the Palais to worry about, not really our concern.
Not yet, at any rate. Well, let's be fair about this, Charlotte. You would undoubtedly put him in a newspaper article. Something along the lines of, "The Duke apprehends major smuggling ringleader," or something to that effect. And, well, we just got through explaining the fact that Risley is not actually well known on the surface. And one newspaper article from you would ruin that anonymity of his. So I totally understand him leaving immediately. I wouldn't take it personally if I were you. After all, he's dodging all the paparazzi, not just you.
Hey, it's not like you to give up so easily, Charlotte.
That's a point. You were snapping shots the entire time, weren't you? So, poor Risley's probably already been in a few shots you took. So much for people not knowing him by sight. Oh well.
Make sure you pick the best shots of Paimon. Oh, already gone. Hope she heard that.
You can trust her judgment, Paimon. She is a professional photographer, after all.
Yeah, you're right. But what took you all so long to get here? Did something happen?
A How bonked his head and started crying. I'm not going to throw that shade at Ganesh. Nope, a How deserves it 110%.
What?
Yep.
Rumors and slander! Who have I, The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahulahau, ever sunk to such sniveling!
Often, actually.
Anyway, what's next?
To be honest, I haven't decided yet. At the moment, I've got nothing urgent to get back for. And, in any case, the court might need me to testify again. Plus, that gun's still a key piece of evidence. I'll probably have to wait until the case is closed before I can return it to Natlan. So, I guess I'll be sticking around to enjoy the beach a little longer.
About 1 week longer, I would imagine. Well. And I believe that concludes Kanish's side of this event story. But that doesn't even begin the story for Navia's side. Nor does it cover Lapine, Pauline, Farina, or Escoffier. My, but this has turned out to be rather rich in story detail, hasn't it? Let's see. On a final note, let's see how we're doing on primos. We have a handful of wishes. But I think we will save them up until we complete the remainder of the event, gather up what resources we can, and see about getting Escoffier's signature, and hopefully a dockhand assistant on the way. But all that is for another day. So then, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, as well as my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story. I post Monday through Friday, so do hit the bell to keep up with notifications. And as always, have a good day.